Thailand's constitutional court, now that I found the script, has found Prime Minister Prayuth Chan-ocha not guilty of overstaying in army-provided housing. Now, the opposition has claimed there is a conflict of interest for allowing the former army chief to stay in such residence after retirement. Now, the verdict comes with tensions high after months of anti-government protests. Protesters have been calling on Mr. Prayuth to resign. And for the very latest, Saksit Sayasambat is joining us from Bangkok. Saksin, this verdict that we've just heard, what does it mean for Mr. Prayuth? And was it something that was expected?
It was definitely expected. It was not a surprise at all that Prime Minister Prayuth Chan-ocha gets off the hook in this Constitutional Court verdict. The 9 judges of the Constitutional Courts have acquitted Prime Minister Prayuth of any ethical wrongdoings, a conflict of interest by overstaying in army-provided house beyond his retirement as army chief in 2014. That is just a couple of months after he seized power in a military coup and a few weeks after he became prime minister for the first time. Now, the court has argued that even though he has left the post, an active post of the military, but since he is still a prime minister, since there are still security concerns, he is entitled to stay. And also what further underlines that as well is that certain rules that he says that since he is still serving for the country and has done, because of his past deeds, and has done well for the armed forces, he is entitled to stay. The same ruling, the same logic is also being applied to former army chiefs, including Prawit Wongsuwon and Anupong Pauchinda. These 2 men are currently the Deputy Prime Minister and the Interior Minister, respectively. So in that sense, it's absolutely no surprise there at all. We even see from Government House, they carried on as usual as Prime Minister Prayuth has been out and about going after his usual daily tasks as Prime Minister.
Now, protesters are said to be planning another rally this evening. And would this ruling inflame them somewhat?
They definitely won't be happy at all about this. In fact, they already also anticipated anyway. Originally, they were going to protest in front of the Constitutional Court in the government complex where this building is housed in the north of Bangkok. But they have decided then to shift their protest to La Prao intersection in the north of Bangkok. Again, the same protest site that they were on Friday evening as well. And many of the first reactions by key protest leaders, of course, they all have been very upset, very angry, but also not very surprised. One of them actually said that military power trumps constitutional power. So basically, they are saying that since apparently nobody can do wrong, nobody from the government, nobody from the military can do wrong whatsoever, that this is basically the country is at a breaking point. And they will be very likely hammering that point home, saying that there is no democracy, that there is no rule of law. And that's why they will keep continuing and carry on with their ongoing campaign for vast political changes, not only for the government of Prime Minister Prayuth to step down, but also for reforms of the monarchy.
Do keep us posted. Saksit Sayasambat reporting live there from Bangkok.